My observation is that when we all get stuck in a crisis, you can say adversity, maybe limitations caused by them, we all feel that we have nowhere to go. So whatever is ahead of us, it seems like a unbreakable wall. We get contained, we feel jailed for a while. The same thing happened to me. For several years, I was in this virtual kind of jail. So my first instinct was to look somehow and walk like normal kids. I just wanted to walk like them. I wanted to be part of that circle. I just wanted to feel belong to them. But that was the feeling back then. I thought that's what I was missing because I couldn't be part of their circle. And I always felt that perhaps I should be doing the things which other normal kid would do. So large part of my childhood, I can tell you, was busy trying to reject what I had gotten into, unluckily. So every new day I thought I would overcome it. But my difficulties continued to rise emotionally and physically. I tried hard, but there was hardly anything I could do like normal kids. I used to watch kids playing all day long from my room window. I was glued to this chair while they were playing outside in the playground. That was my routine almost daily. The more I watched them, and the more I felt bad. Until one day I realized, wait a second, I think I have something different which other kids don't have. I had this plenty of distraction-free, social interaction-free time. Nobody was disturbing me. I didn't have any spoiler friends, right, like other kids. So my immobility at that time I felt was sort of a gift. All of a sudden, that's the realization I got. How many kids ever said that they have too much time? Right? Kids always say that they have not enough time. But for me, I had plenty of that time. So then I spent reading all sort of books. And some of the books I read ahead of my age. I remember that the first book I read as a kid was Dale Carnegie's How to Win Friends. And you can say that the kids most likely would be reading comics at that age. I soon mastered poetry, chemistry, astronomy, physics, science, or any other book I could afford to buy. But at that time, there was no internet, no computer, those kind of things. So books were your friends. So now if you ask me, what was the one thing that exactly helped me to overcome? I would say in one word, and I call it windows. Any limitation or adversity, it does feel like we are contained within an unbreakable wall. But if you see deeply, most walls do have windows, isn't it? So if we look, we may find windows somewhere. Those are the windows of opportunities, windows of leverages, windows that allow you to see beyond those walls. So for me, my leverage came because of my immobility. My leverage did not stop it there then. It wasn't just stopping at reading the books. I had healthy hands. That was my leverage too, right? I could use them to paint, sketch, design, or do all the creative arts, while other kids were busy playing cricket with their hands. So it was my leverage, how I wanted to use what was given to me, functional or non-functional, doesn't matter. But whatever I had, that was my leverage. And the interesting thing is, back then as a child, I had this opportunity to engage in daydreaming, vivid imagination, creative thinking. When kids used to get into daydreaming, parents will always say, what are you thinking about? Stop it. But nobody ever stopped me to daydreaming. So that's what brought the imaginative side of me. So then I wrote poetry, stories, dramas, magazine articles. I think other kids at that time were just busy or struggling with writing the essays. Is that I began to see so many windows of opportunities, leverages, advantages. I leveraged everything my limitation offered back then. So the mobility, I was cursing so bad, seemed like my thing then. When the word got out in the school, what kind of things I was doing, I was getting published in magazines. I was doing a lot of quizzes, a lot of other things. Probably the kids who bullied me back then, secretly, they may have wished they were disabled too. That was the reason I was achieving so many things. So simple thought changed the course of my life. This is how I overcome that. If I can't walk and play, what else could I do? That question opened up my world of leverages. And you see, most people will ignore leverages. They wouldn't even pay attention to the leverages scattered around them. So all the things I attained, like 100 credentials, 20 book, doctorates, things like that, all that I did without becoming insane. or growing gray hair, you can say. So I think our struggles become miserable only when we fail to spot such windows of opportunities that are open right in front of us. So think about this. How often do we do that? This is my advice to other people, that no matter how difficult situation is, I believe there are always some leverages available to every one of us. When we start looking for things our adversity bring to us, we will start spotting several new possibilities. You can look beyond the walls. You can look for windows. And that's how you can overcome. What you lost is lost, but then look for what possibilities are there.